Okay, hello again, everybody. Welcome back to another book review. Try and ignore my my bed head. And what are we talking about today? So it's a good one today. And well, they're usually always good ones, but it's a really good one today. So yeah, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing emotionally honest and very quietly powerful Korean graphic memoir. It's called 19 by Ancco, translated by Janet Hong. And if you're into graphic novels, then this is really a fantastic book. This is a memoir that's it's about adolescence, anxiety, rebellion, and the deeply bittersweet mess of growing up. And this is a book that really stayed with me. I think it's fantastic. I've reviewed some of Ancco's work before, and I'm a really big fan. So 19 is Ancco's second book translated into English. And as far as I know, there's not been anything since 19 translated. Hopefully we'll get some more Ancco translated sometime soon. But this publication followed her breakout graphic memoir, Bad Friends. Also, excellent book. You can find that review on the channel as well. Hopefully some of you are familiar with it. Can't recommend it highly enough. And both books, 19 and Bad Friends, are part of a relatively recent wave of quite high profile Korean graphic memoirs that have made a splash internationally. So, for example, we have Omma's Table by Hong Yeon-sik, or Grass by Gumsuk Gendry Kim, and several others as well. And I've reviewed quite a lot of them already on the channel. Most of them have been lovingly published by Drawn and Quarterly. I think Drawn and Quarterly is a Canada-based, a Canadian company, and they've done some really great work. The editions of the books are just gorgeous. They're fantastic. And most of the translations of these sort of graphic memoirs are by the brilliant Janet Hong, right? So I've reviewed many translations by Janet Hong at this point: novels, short stories, graphic novels, and so again, Drawn and Quarterly, Janet Hong, great combination, right? So anyway, Ancco started creating diary comics all the way back in 2002. Built up a loyal readership who were drawn to this very raw and unfiltered voice. And her work always feels deeply personal, and grounded in the lived experience of herself and her characters. And 19 is no exception. So Ancco's previous book was a very gritty, quite challenging look at young adulthood and adolescence in Korea in the late 90s, early 2000s. So how does 19 compare? So do we see Ancco exploring similar issues in 19? And yes, we do. So this book is a coming-of-age memoir that reflects on Ancco's life at the age of 19. So that messy, thrilling, and a kind of terrifying time in many people's lives where nothing makes sense and everything feels urgent. And she takes us through the daily grind of school life, struggling to focus, the constant pressure to study, and the disillusionment with the system. And of course, there's been some really horrible stories in Korea recently about students committing suffering from under this pressure. And if you've been following Korean media, you might be aware of some of these stories. And so Ancco doesn't shy away from showing us this, this very dark stuff. We see harsh punishments from teachers, from parents. We also see teachers who bully students, and then just this very deep anxiety that these high school kids have about what comes after graduation, right? But it's not entirely bleak. There are, quite hilarious and heartwarming moments as well. So sneaking out with friends to, drink alcohol in abandoned houses, and just that sort of the excitement of breaking rules, the intensity of teenage friendships, and all these kind of things that you'll remember from your own school days. And all of it is drawn with, clarity and emotional precision. And I think Ancco captures the fragile highs and the crushing lows of adolescence, just very, very vividly. So it's almost, you're not just reading these stories; you're really feeling the stories, like the combination of her, the beautiful artwork, and the narratives, the words, extremely effective. Um, it's not. This isn't just a sort of a coming of age story about Ancco's experiences at school. She's also writing about some other things. So a big part of this book is her relationship with her grandmother. What was that relationship like? Why was this relationship so important to Ancco? And this is one of the most touching threads in the book. There's a heartbreaking scene early in the book where Ancco visits her grandmother, only to find her drunk and lying on the floor of her cottage. And later, we see her grandmother eating alone and just sort of aging rapidly, and it's devastating. Especially if you've ever watched someone you love grow old. And there's just this real, genuine, authentic tenderness in Ancco's portrayal that's really stayed with me for a long time. And it really can't praise her work in that section highly enough. Visually, the book is very, very powerful. So the artwork is in this sort of black and white. It's all this sort of smudgy, charcoal-like texture, which it's sort of a blend of rawness, but it's very poetic. I'm not an expert in analyzing graphic work or anything like that, but it seems to me that Ancco's using her medium just beautifully. So the way she frames these scenes, just adds sort of layers of meaning and emotion. And I find myself, reading her books, just pausing just to sort of take in the composition, this sort of shading, the atmosphere. And it really, there's still among some readers this sort of like condescension towards graphic novels. I think it's not taken kind of seriously as literature and as art, or maybe that's changed quite a bit in recent years. But I think there's still readers who they never pick up a graphic novel, and that's a shame. But anyway, if Bad Friends caught your attention, 19, I think, will deepen your admiration for Ancco's talent. This is a book about memory. It's about loss. It's about rebellion. It's about the quiet pain of growing up, but it's also about love. It's about resilience. It's about finding your own voice. And so very highly recommended from me. If you're into literary graphic novels, or if you're just interested in Korean youth culture, this is an absolute must-read as far as I'm concerned. So have you read 19 or Bad Friends? Do you have a favorite coming-of-age story, a graphic novel, or just a regular novel? So please feel free to leave a comment. If you enjoyed the review, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe for more reviews of Korean literature. And as always, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next review, which might be coming very shortly.